but grow tired of the desires of the skin. I chase I and run from my sin. Trapped by, but grow tired of the desires of the skin. I chase down and run from my sin.
I won't run from it.
This video is actually made to defend celebrities getting called out for doing wrong things. And no, I'm not saying that the celebrity, TikToker, influencer, singer, anyone who's basically famous, who did the wrong thing isn't wrong. Yes, they did wrong and I know that, but y'all go quickly to cancel them, when y'all don't even see your own selves. Like y'all cancel famous people for doing insensitive things, trends or bad, wrong things because they have a huge following. But if someone who's a non-famous person who's just a regular person without millions and millions of followers, who do the same insensitive things, trends will always get a pass. This one-sided behavior sucks. Y'all will always try to call out famous people with millions upon millions of followers and fans, but won't ever bat an eye and care less when a non-famous person does the exact same trend. Like take for example a TikTok trend, which is just an example, it's not a real existing trend. I made it up. Okay, so take a trend that per se makes fun of Asian, or per se disabled people. There'll be thousands of TikTokers doing it. There'll also be some famous verified TikTokers doing the trend, because people like following trends. But for this trend, the only people who'll get cancelled is the famous verified TikToker only because they have a huge following. The non-famous TikToker will never get cancelled or hate for doing the exact same trend. People come after famous TikTokers who do insensitive trends without realizing that the trend may have been started by a non-famous TikToker. So why cancel the famous TikToker, instead of finding the original first video made of the trend, and then deleting it entirely? Also, why do y'all only hate cancel famous people when they do insensitive things online? Why aren't y'all canceling the many non-famous regular people who also do the same insensitive things? Why is that you need to have a huge following to be cancelled? I remember when Nikki of Nikki and Gabby got called out for the insensitive "It's Corona Time" TikTok trend, which she said herself in her apology video that it was a trend. Now for this situation, I don't understand why people called her out specifically for doing the trend. Why didn't they care about the other people who are not famous but just regular people partaking in this trend like she did? As I said above about how insensitive trends could be started by non-famous regular people, this "It's Corona Time" trend also must have, I'm not saying it was, and I'm not sure that it was, started by a non-famous regular person. But yet y'all hated on Nikki for partaking in the trend, because of her huge following. Like what the fuck? I'm not saying her doing the trend was okay or that she should have done it, but why the fuck did y'all only call her out, and not the plenty of other regular people who are not famous, who also did the trend like she did? Why did y'all only call her out? What is wrong with you people? Why don't y'all ever want to call out regular non-famous people who also partake in insensitive trends? Nobody should give a fuck about how many followers you have. Call out famous people, but also call out non-famous regular people. Both of them partake in insensitive trends. Don't act like regular non-famous people don't exist. Don't give them a free pass just because they don't have a huge following. They're also being just as insensitive as famous people by also partaking in insensitive things. They deserve hate just as much as famous people, when you call them out. Stop only calling famous people out, and give attention to non-famous regular people as well, because they're also in the wrong. Both famous and non-famous people are in the wrong. Stop picking sides. I've always hated the fact that non-famous people never get cancelled for doing the same insensitive things and trends that famous people also partake in. Because both sides are doing the trends and things for fun. Both sides are being insensitive. Not just one side, but both sides. When will it get into your thick fucking skull that non-famous regular people need to be cancelled when they also do insensitive trends? It doesn't matter if that person is unknown, cancel them. They deserve to know what they did wrong. They deserve it. Y'all go hate on famous people, but don't seem to bat a fucking eye, and let non-famous people get away with insensitive things, automatically giving them the sign that they can do more insensitive things, and continue doing them because they will never get called out for it. It's so fucking annoying. In conclusion, stop only canceling famous people. Start paying attention to anyone you see partaking in something insensitive. If you see someone on TikTok doing a trend that's insensitive, and even if they have maybe 10 followers or less, call them out. They need to know that they did wrong. People need to realize that famous people were once nobodies too, until they did something and got famous. So stop acting like famous people with millions of followers, only need to get called out. It doesn't matter if you have 1 follower, 10 followers, 50 followers, 100 followers, 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers, 1 million followers, 10 million followers, 50 million followers, or even 100 million followers. Your followers don't count. If you're insensitive, then you're insensitive. There's no law or rule or something that says anyone who isn't a famous person shouldn't get called out because they're not famous enough yet. There's nothing that says you shouldn't call out non-famous people just because they're non-famous. Non-famous people are also doing wrong. Learn to realize their insensitiveness as well. Stop ignoring it. Stop being idiots. Call them out as well. They deserve it just as much as famous people.
'Cause I can't help it. No, no, no.